Everything we know about the future of Marvel after Avengers Endgame has been described as venturing into unknown territory and going to places that we've never seen before. It also means the introduction of a brand new batch of characters who will eventually lead their own franchises in the MCU. And with Avengers Endgame, we got teases and references to many major Marvel characters that fans have always wanted to see on the big screen. In a previous video, we talked about the big setup for Namor in the MCU, who has been rumored and teased to appear in several Phase 4 films from Marvel like Black Panther 2, Doctor Strange 2, and possibly the Eternals. So in this video, we're going to be talking about a couple characters who you might know about that were also teased in Avengers Endgame. During one of the time travel portions in which Steve Rogers and Tony Stark have to go back to the 1970s to retrieve the Tesseract and a new batch of Pym particles, Steve runs into Peggy Carter's office and is struck when he sees Peggy is still alive and doing things for S.H.I.E.L.D. But I think a lot of fans didn't really notice what Peggy was talking about when she entered the room, because many of us were just kind of trying to soak in the moment in which it was essentially a reunion between Captain America and his love Peggy Carter. So the interesting thing about this is that during the scene, Peggy actually mentions that Agent Braddock hasn't checked in and that she's no meteorologist, but what they're experiencing is not lightning. So this is a very direct reference to the comic book characters who are known as the Braddock family, and two of them being the characters Captain Britain and Psylocke of the X-Men. For those of you not familiar with the Marvel Comics lore, Brian Braddock premiered in the 1970s and is a UK-based superhero who was granted superhuman powers by the wizard Merlin and his daughter Roma after he was gravely wounded in a motorcycle accident. He possesses a lot of really interesting powers, and he acts as Britain's costume champion, and you may know of his twin sister Elizabeth Braddock, who's better known as Psylocke. Now, obviously Psylocke was a character that Fox would have owned, but recently, now with the Disney-Fox merger closing, Marvel Studios has access to that character yet again, should they choose to use her down the line. So this is a pretty cool setup for the Braddock family, because this is likely a reference to their father unless they make Captain Britain a character that was around during the 70s. But post your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you guys think about this setup for Captain Britain and the Braddock family in the MCU? And was this something that you actually caught when you were watching Avengers Endgame? For more updates on Avengers Endgame and everything at Marvel and pop culture, be sure to subscribe to HN Entertainment.